And now, introducing Casey Carter.
I got what you need, I got what you want, I got what you need, tell them giddy up. I got horses in the back, trunk in the front, exterior red and that inside buttercup. I got what you need, I got what you want, I got what you need, tell them giddy up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Casey Carter.
Wow. Okay. Hello. Good evening. Welcome to Casey at Night. I'm your host, Casey Carter. And that's for those of you who have never watched the show. For those of you who do watch my show, I'm back, bitches! All right. So, listen, they ran me ragged last year. And towards the end of the year, I just had to take a break. I had to recalibrate, rejuvenate. If you follow me regularly, you know I was all over the place. We went to Chicago, we went to Miami, we went to Jersey twice, and DC. Those were just all my exotica related trips. Then there were all the little personal trips. And guess what? This year, even more. My calendar is so packed out. So packed out. I mean, we've already been running around just having moments. And I just want to say I'm happy to be back. I'm actually a little geeked up right now. We were in our little pre-show chat and I was like, I haven't indulged in any um items, edibles, or anything like that. But I have that sort of amped up, ready to go. Let's get it, get it. Mainly because I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited about the topic. We're going to be talking about haters. I'm excited about the fact that today is International Women's Day in International Women's Month. And I know you're probably thinking, why are you going to talk about haters on International Women's Day? Because we are our own worst enemy when it comes to being a hater. Um, and thank you, Lorenzo. I unfortunately I can't change that right now. And we are also gonna talk about Chris Rock. Why? Because I can't not talk about Chris Rock right now. Um, that's just gonna happen. That's just gonna happen. So buckle up, Buttercup, because it's about to go down. It's about to go down. But first, let me bring in my guest. I don't have her right up in front of me. But you know what? It doesn't really matter because she's a badass bitch. And I am so super psyched to have her as my first guest for 2023 on International Women's Day. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today is my travel buddy in my head because I have yet to basically bombard her and finesse my way into her travels. But Ella Dorsey is an event administrator. I won't say for who, won't say how big they are, but they're big. And she and I met at an event together and we both connected and I made her an instant bestie. But she is absolute fire. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to my travel buddy, eventually, Ella Dorsey. The public didn't hear you, girl. Say it again.
You can be my travel buddy.
Yay! All right, we got that. It's been recorded. I am officially travel buddy. Okay, cool. Uh, Ella, if you would, please share with the folks who you are and what you do to the extent that you're willing to do that.
Oh, jeez. So I am an event administrator for a large company. I style the photo shoots. I'm in charge of our booths at the expos. Um, I'm mom, pretty much.
So um, when we met, one of the descriptions you gave in the interview I had to basically hold a gun to your head to get was it was said that you heard horny cats.
Yes, I heard horny kittens. Yeah,
Not even
yeah.
cats, they're kittens.
Not even, yeah. And they call themselves that, which is hilarious.
Okay. And honestly, yes, the statement did come from one of them. So yeah, I loved it though. I loved it. I thought it was so absolutely utterly amazing. And I had you on my show last year, and I don't remember if it was in March or not, but you were kind enough to come and chat with me then. And um, did you free? Oh, there you go. I think you froze a little bit. And so I wanted to bring you back because I wanted to have women who were basically powerful in their own right. Whether it's because of their position they hold, the business they run, or just the energy they exude. I wanted powerful women. And you were definitely on my list for this month. But I also wanted to have conversation about the haters that we have because it is unfortunately a thing when you are the kind of women that we are.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Um, I'm the first person to tell you that I am not for everybody. I am not, what you see is what you get with me. And I have like a low attention span for drama. Um, so I tell you how I feel right away, and people can't handle that. All of a sudden, I'm a bitch.
Mm.
You know, I'm a mean person. No, I'm just being honest with you. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. But I think at the end of the day, women like you and I are just not for everybody. They don't understand.
No. And it's funny because I am I'm always confused by why someone decides that they want to dislike me. Why, especially those people who I'm not actually interacting with or who we're not moving through the same lanes, and I
Right.
don't understand the energy.
I feel like a little bit of it is jealousy.
Hmm.
You
Okay.
know, you're getting
Okay.
what they want, or they're trying to get where you're at, and they can't figure it out because they don't have the secret sauce. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, they're jealous.
Okay, so then answer me this. What is there to be jealous of if you are in your lane and you appear to be, words chosen intentionally, you appear to be successful in your lane? Why do you care what I'm doing in my lane?
Because you're not living your authentic self at the core of it.
Ooh, okay, that right there could not be more true. That couldn't be more
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at a person like you living your authentic self, and that is intimidating to a lot of people.
I don't even halfway know what to say about that because I just
Like
did an
you have to
interview. I just did an interview on Sunday, and I was sitting in a cigar bar, and we were just talking, and the person asked me, why do I do, what motivates me? Why do you do these things that you do? And I said, to be quite honest, the majority of the things you see, the glasses, this show, the majority of the things that you see me do are to satisfy me, to make me happy, to fulfill a need that I have. So when you see me on the doing my show, and you see um it do well. It even when it doesn't go well. Honey, let me tell you, when I first started doing Casey at Night, my lights would go out, my
Mhm.
my batteries on things would die, my Wi-Fi, my background. Things always, something always kind of went a little askew. But through it all, I was always amped up, always excited, always ready for it. And I don't know. I like I said, I everything you see me do, it's to make me happy. Plain and simple is to make me happy. So your statement about being authentic, I think even though I would probably not initially say it that way, I guess that is how that translates.
Are you going to bed at night happy with yourself?
Oh hell yeah.
Not you, but
Oh,
these people.
you mean them? Oh,
There's
oh,
no
okay.
way. They're not, yeah, they're not going to bed happy with themselves. They
So,
gotta take the mask off. It's
mm,
exhausting.
what, if I may ask, what kinds of hater experiences have you had?
I mean, where do I start? Um, People creating fake Google phone numbers and texting my work phone racial slurs and all kinds of crazy stuff
Oh,
to people talking behind my back, making sure that they tell somebody that they know is going to tell me about, how much they're a hater, um, to being looked over for certain positions in the past. Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
That is very interesting. Let me just shout out real quick to a couple of folks. My homegirl, Toxic Goddess. Hey, love, how you doing? One of my favorite fans is Kelly Gardner. So glad you can pop in, Kelly. And then I'm seeing a couple of names I don't know. Damn it, Derek. Hey, it's Ella. She's a star.
He's so Derek is actually a filmmaker.
Oh,
So
hmm.
yeah, black
Thank you for stopping
filmmaker.
by, Derek. I appreciate that.
So yeah, we'll have to chat afterwards.
Oh, mm. And
The
then
introduction.
And then AB Legend, aka Phenomenon, Powerful Women, of course. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love and support. Thank you very much. Um, for me, some of the things that I've experienced, in addition to having been called racial slurs, um, I think, okay, this is gonna sound crazy, but it's just me and you, Ella. It's just me and you. Some of my favorite hater moments are when I do something and then someone else does the same thing, and I say to myself, but wait, why are you doing it now? Why didn't you do it long before you met me? Why is it
Right?
I do it and then you do it?
Imitation is the best form of flattery. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. And one of the other experiences I had is the um I'm sorry. It made me immediately think of the OJ song, the Backstabbers. Where folks smile in your face all the while they want to take your place. The Backstabbers.
Hmm.
I've had a lot of that. I've had a lot of people who literally have wanted to or pretended to be my friend, pretended to care about what I was doing, give advice, chat on the phone, and then no sooner do they chat it up with me, they hang up, and then they don't just talk trash about me, but they turn around and go to someone else and they stir up trouble so that they're not the only one who supposedly doesn't like me. They then start building a team of people to not like me because, for whatever reason, the strangers who don't know me are willing to believe the lies that are being told. And I find that really interesting. And I hate to say what I'm about to say, but I can't believe that some people are that gullible, that simple, that needy of whatever they believe that other person can offer them.
I mean, common sense is so common. Yeah, it's really not. I mean, it just, but I'm petty. I would do something to get them back. That's just me. Like, I would be like, all right. And then next week you see me with like your dad or something. So I'm petty. I'm like, go ahead. Don't,
Okay.
like my former neighbor, she was trying to start stuff with me and I just looked her dead in the eye and I was like, it's easier to have me as a friend than an enemy. You don't want to do it because I come from a family of petty. So
Okay, and you have said this to me on more than one occasion, and each and every time I find it to be such a chuckle, and because I'm like, oh, she's so petty, and then I think, but how do you do what you do, Casey? Like, how do you respond to these people? And I would be honest, I guess if you knew how I responded to those people, I might get classified as petty too. But I don't,
I mean,
I don't know. So for me, you got to push me to make me respond to you.
right, right, right. Like once you have my attention, I am zeroed in. Let's go. Yeah.
Oh, and so okay, and that being said, how do you um how do you keep yourself from being triggered?
Getting high. But when I
That's my
can't get
friend. And when she can't get high,
when I can't get high,
this is what I'm
I
saying.
don't get me wrong, I do praise me. So it's kind of I know I am, but tell me more.
And you know what? It's not even like narcissism or conceit because I can just as easily shower someone else, and I can just as humbly accept your compliments and whatnot. It's the fact that when I'm home alone in my house, honey, I be in here doing the most. You don't understand. I be doing the most. I mean, drinking, champagne out of crystal. Why? Cause I can. Cause I can.
Yeah, you can.
You know.
But
Lorenzo will
yeah,
tell
I
you
mean,
there's like I got a wine cooler that's always got some sparkly, and there's 4 bottles of champagne in the fridge. Like a girlfriend of mine came to the house the other day. She's like, "Can I just put my dinner in your refrigerator while we chill?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." She, opens the refrigerator. She's like, "Girl, all you got is juice and champagne." I'm like, "And the problem is?"
I'm coming over to your house.
Yeah, I got some of those other things you like too.
I can bring party favors as well.
Okay. Anyway, I wanted to, before I bring on my ever ready, I wanted to share with you all. So last year, March, I was on the cover of a magazine. I just ran the promo for ASN Lifestyle Magazine. I was on the cover of that. This year, for the ASN Lifestyle Awards, I am working to get myself nominated in the cover category. So you're going to see me go ham on social about getting nominated for that cover. Just in case, let me play it for you again, cuz let me just in case. Yeah, so that cover, we're getting that joint nominated because that cover is winning an award this year, as well as my photographer, the glass-eyed tigress. She has taken some of the best photos of me, And for whatever reason, I'm always smoking a cigar. So I'm just saying, I love her to death. However, here we are a year later, and I am in yet another magazine. I'm not on the cover, but Erotic Sky, Volume 3. Wait, hold on, Ella. I'm going to have to go solo on this. Just bear with me.
No.
Wait, where's my own camera? All right. So, Erotic Sky, Volume 3. Your girl is on the inside. Ain't she cute, though? That is Avery Jane, the cover empress, as it says there. But your girl is in here. Casey Carter. So, yeah, check it out. Get your copy of Erotic Sky. Here's the other 2 pages. Honey, there's tons of pictures. These are just the ones that we used. And I had an absolute bomb-ass time with these ladies. But they gave me this necklace at the photo shoot. Uh-huh. Yes. That's how you do that thing, right? They brought me over to this real super hot townhome apartment, whatever it was. And then after the photo shoot, gave me a gift. Actually, they gave me multiple gifts. This is the one I can show you because there's also a gift that came in the box today with the magazines. I literally just got my magazines today. Magazine is available in print and digital. You need to get you a copy. Last year, I'm sorry, not last year, the last volume had Tyomi Morgan, I think, as the sexpert for that volume. So you need to get you some of that. But next, I want to bring in not just my travel buddy, but my ever ready Lorenzo. Hey, Lorenzo.
Hey, Casey and Ella.
Me.
All right, so Lorenzo, I'm gonna have you shift your camera so you are centered, my friend. A little bit more, a little bit
All
more,
right, how's that? Let's
a little bit more,
see.
a little bit. Woo woo! There you
Yeah.
are. Yes, we gotta
All
we
right.
gotta give them not just the voice. We gotta give them the whole thing, the whole thing.
All right.
So, you heard our conversation about haters. What are your thoughts?
Well, I guess from the male point of view, it's something to sit back and watch it, because I can see women don't have that many filters when they go after each other. So it's interesting to watch. And then sometimes it's a question is why use all that energy?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, we're usually used to the women telling us how bad we are and all this, but to sit back and watch them on each other is sometimes it's amusing to watch. Sometimes,
Yeah, I don't. I really genuinely don't get it. And again, I can't stress Ella. I chose Ella to be my first guest in this month specifically because the way we met each other for me is the epitome of how a boss actually interacts. Meaning, I saw her, she saw me, and we both were like, I need to know who that is. And
Right. Came up and I was
and
like, you're pretty.
and she was like, you're pretty, who are you? And I'm like, I saw you because I saw this brown person with her head wrapped. You don't see that when you go to Exotica. And so we both had that same, I need to know who this person is because right out the gate, they have caught my attention. Their energy, the whole nine. And we have been, again, she's on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast, but I feel like whenever Ella and I have the chance to either be together or go into girl mode and just like it just feels so good. We're constantly supporting and promoting and lifting each other. And I tell you, the energy from doing that is way better than the energy of trying to hate on any and everything that someone else is doing. for whatever reason you think you need to hate on it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you sometimes you don't get to see the looks that I get to see of people that are watching you, and Ella when she's doing what she does. The people that are in the background that I get to see, and they have a look of, you can see maybe like a little look of jealousy, but I really want to be nice, but I just can't today. But they are going to watch everything you do, everything that you say. So they're like fans in the background, and they just want to use that extra energy for no reason. And then when they do talk, they find out that how decent of a person that you are, and they really didn't have to go that route. Which is a waste of time.
Yeah, it's funny because if like Lorenzo makes this comment about how he watches other people and how they watch us. If you are there and you're watching us, so to speak, Ella is always in that space that she works in. I'm usually in my space that I'm working in, or I'm walking the floor. But I promise you, every single day that she and I are in this same space, we are always checking in with each other to make sure the other person is good. And again,
Yeah.
that's what you do when you're a boss. You make sure that your partner, your friend is good. Simple.
Hmm.
Takes less work to just be nice. Like, just don't be a bitch. You need to wear yourself out, and I already have to have the RBF as I'm working, with the fans already. I'm not about to waste that on you. I'm
Mm-mm.
not. I'm just gonna look at you and roll my eyes, keep it moving,
See,
you know? Yeah. I'm
you heard it
lazy.
And
here.
some people can't handle the supervisory role that you might be in, especially how you look. Some are not going to take that anyway,
Yeah.
no matter what you do. So,
Sounds.
but when they need something, they come right to you.
Oh well. See, there's that.
Yeah.
There
There's
is
that.
that. Yeah. But okay. So speaking of, um, okay, maybe this is not a hater topic, but I got to get it in. I told y'all I got to get in on this Chris Rock thing. And um, let me show you some of the headlines that were out there about the show. Uh, so here's one of them. Chris Rock shreds Will Smith with Oscar slap jokes. Everybody called him a bitch, and who does he hit? Me. I'm gonna tell you, he ran that line over and over again. And yeah, I felt some kind of way. Chris Rock's Netflix special was a gimmick. The crowd didn't care. The special was a hit or miss. Then he talked about the slap. Now, here's what's funny. I sorta agree to some extent. Initially I was like, "Oh yeah, ha 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 ha." And then the last 10 minutes, he went in on the slap, and then I was like, "Now you got my attention." And then here's someone else. Chris Rock's Selective Outrage makes Netflix US top 10, but not global. I don't know. That's just a matter of time, if you ask me. And the Netflix top 10 Chris Rock Selective Outrage special debuts at number 7 on US charts, signaling success for Netflix first ever live program. Now, they can say whatever they want to say about whether it debuted high globally, whether it was a gimmick, whatever. The thing that caught my attention, and I didn't even know this show was coming on. Lorenzo was like, "Hey, Chris Rock is going to be live on Netflix." Bless you. And I
Interesting.
was like, "Wait, say it again, live on Netflix?" And he was like, "Yeah, live on Netflix." And I said to myself, "Wait, Netflix is never live. Never live." So that means they invested in Chris Rock and whatever it was he was going to say to do something they had never done before. And let me tell you, Netflix is filled with comedy specials. It seems like they give a comedy special not once, not twice, but like 3 or 4 times to comedians. So for them to go extra and give him a live opportunity, and if you watched it, there was a pre show and there was a post show. I don't care what they say. It was worth watching just because they gave it to him like they did. Now, having said all of that, baby, I'm ready to dissect this because I personally feel like I thought waiting an entire year, almost to the date of Oscars, almost to the date to have this conversation about the slap heard round the world was interesting. Because for me, and I can only speak for me, I agree with Chris Rock. Your wife had you up on the red table and put all your business on Front Street, basically told the world that you were a cuckold husband, and you turn around and slap this dude for his G.I. Jane joke, which, quite frankly, I thought was funny. I don't understand. Why did he think it was okay to slap Chris Rock and not actually go for the people doing your wife that she told the whole world about?
I'm telling you, something just triggered him. Something just triggered. It's kind of like, I don't know. I still feel like it's one of those things to where I can talk about my wife, but you can't talk about my wife. So
But like I said, Ella, I don't disagree the you can't talk about my wife part. He told a G.I. Jane joke. Now,
yeah,
you got sensitive because afterwards we're talking, oh, she's suffering with alopecia and blah, blah, blah. I'm
was she
sorry.
though?
Look, I didn't know until they said it, okay? Because girlfriend has been cutting her hair short for a lifetime. So I don't know. But quite frankly, irregardless, he's a fucking comedian, okay?
Yeah,
What do you think he's gonna do? What do you think he's gonna do? I mean, and Lorenzo, you and I have had conversation about this. We had conversation about this last year when it happened. From a man's perspective, what are your thoughts? We can't hear you, Lorenzo. Oh, did we lose your audio? There
All
we
right, you
go.
can hear me now, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, they both serve different roles. Will is a cuck, and it's known, well known. He's been cracked on before.
He literally chuckled at the joke. Chuckled.
Hmm. If he didn't glance and look at her, nothing would ever happen.
maybe it's a chuckle of "you got me messed up." No, I'm just trying. I have to rewatch it because
Nah.
sometimes when I'm feeling violent, which is very rare, but when I was younger, and somebody had the nerve to try it, I would laugh like you got me fucked up, and I'm fighting. I'm throwing hands. That's
Nah,
just
girl.
how I was when I
I,
was
I
younger.
I think he genuinely thought the joke was funny because I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
The whole GI Jane thing. I mean, that's what the haircut was screaming, GI Jane. But clearly, Jada didn't find it amusing.
yeah.
So, anywho, if you haven't seen the um the Selective Outrage show, I would watch it. I would highly recommend watching it, mainly because, excuse me, them last 10 minutes, oh, those were good. That's where the Will Smith joke, that whole thing is. It's in the last 10 minutes. It is definitely worth your time just to see that, if nothing else. I or if you've got nothing to do, you can sit through the whole hour and 10 minutes, but yeah. And so then they had a pre-show and they had a post-show. In the post-show, they had like Arsenio Hall, JB Smooth, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Um, I can't think of her name, her whole name. Young girl from Insecure, the African woman from Insecure, who I absolutely love. Oh my god, I think she's hysterical. But hosting the post show were two white guys while there were four African Americans giving commentary. I thought that was super interesting. Now, granted, the two guys, Jason Spade and I can't get think of the other guy's name, but they were on Saturday Night Live with Chris Rock, so I get it. That part makes sense. There weren't very many black people on SNL, and they, so you had to put somebody on there to talk about Chris afterwards. But it was interesting because they asked a question. I can't think of what the question was. It was, I guess, related to what Chris was saying about the fact that Will chose to slap him versus, dealing, say, with the real culprit. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was like, "Yeah, I doubt he'd do that to me. Doubt he would have done that to me." And I thought it was funny because I'm like, all right, how old is Kareem? Kareem is like, what, 70 something? Talking about, I doubt he would have done that to me. And he said it so, yeah, he wouldn't have done that to me. Like, it was just so mellow. And everybody was like, okay, all right, Kareem. So, yeah, I would check out the post show because that was good. That was good too. So, yeah. Hmm.
I think also it's the energy as well. Kareem has this very powerful energy about him. I'm not gonna go and slap the shit out of him either.
No, okay,
He's
so,
not Lorenzo.
ah, yeah, I'm with you on that. Hey, Jason. Um, it's funny you say that about Kareem because lately I have been on this obsessive tear on athletes who see their career get sidelined because they take a political stance, one way or another. And Kareem is one of those people who, way back in the day, took a stand and still he was and was allowed to be the rock star that he is. He took some hits, but was allowed to be the rock star that he is. And Lorenzo and I talked about this, and he made a good point about it was sort of a different time and a different need. If you would, that's your entry right there, Lorenzo.
Yeah, it's different times back then for what he did. But I'm going to tell you now, Kareem lately has been stepping up and being more vocal about things. Remember, he went through a couple of decades where he wasn't liked. He didn't talk to the media. He wouldn't sign autographs. And, he was like a recluse. But lately, he's been stepping up and he has a respect factor, But he went through a lot in the past and he's earned that respect. But it was kind of odd for him to be on that stage with everybody also.
It was very weird. It was very, very weird. Um, uh, so I think Chris's movies are doing better than his stand-up. Tambourine was not that funny. What's funny about Tambourine? I just saw a promo that said they re-edited the episode, the show, and there's a part of me that is interested in watching to see what they did to make it interesting. But then there's that part of me that says, I know Netflix is just capitalizing on the fact that Chris Rock is on the tips of everybody's tongue because of the live show over the weekend. So I'm like, we watched it the first time. I'm good. But to your point about Kareem, yeah, it's interesting. And again, I think this goes back to what I said about how I feel about myself now as I get older. You sort of get comfortable with who you are and what you believe and how you express that. And it I think that's Kareem, because to see him on that stage in that comedic moment and to be the straight man, so to speak, I think he's finally comfortable with publicly saying the things that are privately in his head.
Yeah, you can see it lately, like that he's been in certain places that you would have never saw him, and he's starting to call people out on certain things too that he would never do before. and the athletes have a problem with it, but they're not going to say anything because
Mm.
of the respect that he has, has in the league. After Bill Russell died, he's next in line now. So you're not going to say anything bad about Kareem. You just take it and keep it moving.
Yeah,
You know.
that was another excellent show on Netflix. Was Bill Russell Legend or Legend Bill Russell, with however they did the title. Awesome, 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 awesome. If you want to see what it actually means to be a boss, to be able to carry the weight of the world, the weight of the Celtics, even on your shoulders in a time where we have yet to have civil rights, man, it was, yeah. I'll be talking about that on BoobTube, which comes on after this show goes off, or comes on at 9. Yeah. But I want to thank Ella. I want to actually start off by thanking all of you and all of you, my guests. Kareem also had to deal with his anger issues. Yeah, he did seem kind of angry black man for in the earlier times, but we all have issues that we work through. But I want to thank all of you. I've been putting off coming back for a while, to be honest, and now that I'm here, I'm like, what the fuck? You should have been back sooner. But I'm happy that I'm back now. I am very excited about um, what 2023 looks like. I mean, you will wait.
Mhm.
No, she's over here. Right. So Ella and I are gonna be out and about. I'm gonna put myself in Ella's suitcase one day because I travel, but this chick, she travels like she travels.
Out and about starting trouble. Is that what
Yeah.
you finishing
Well,
the sentence?
My favorite thing to do. It's a hobby. Mm. How many
Yeah,
stamps can
yeah,
I get in
right.
a small book a year? I love traveling.
yeah.
Yeah.
And listen, this is what I'm saying. I'm just gonna, by the end of this year, me and my day job, hopefully. mm, that's all I'm gonna say because this is public. But anyway, I want to thank you, Ella, for being my first guest on International Women's Day in International Women's Month. I want to thank you for just being the badass bomb bitch that you are, and for all the shenanigans that you and I enjoy. Tell them what you call us,
Hmm.
Lorenzo.
The Black Girl Mafia.
We're gonna need more
Hmm.
more black girls with us.
Uh-huh. Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna make that. It's
Yeah.
coming. And again, to my audience, Axel Foley, thank you for being like one of my new consistent fans. So 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 appreciate you. And of course, Jason. Okay, if y'all don't know who Jason is, y'all don't watch BoobTube. More importantly, you are not really following me because Jason presented me with the elusive gold jacket, VIP gold jacket. Jason did the damn thing and got your girl that gold jacket, and I am forever appreciative of Jason for that. As always, my girl, Toxic Goddess, Kelly. Kelly doesn't always make it through the whole show, but I'm still giving Kelly props. And the folks that Ella had show up, Mr. Dammit Derek. Apparently, we're gonna be talking about you later, Derek. Looking forward to that.
And Aboriginal.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Ab Legend. Yeah, I'm gonna need explanations for these names, but you know. And then of course
That's
my ever ready Lorenzo with the voice that I always say I put that shit on everything. Lorenzo, give him a little bit of the voice.
That's right. We put it on everything.
Yeah. I'm about to just sprinkle that joint all over stuff in 2023. So y'all get ready. But anyway, I will be back next week with another absolutely fabulous woman in International Women's Month. You're going to see me and Ella out and about together separately, maybe me in her suitcase when she wasn't looking, but nonetheless, if you want to see more of me, um I will be back.